Nobodies.
Welcome.
Cheers!
Iulia, cheers. Yeah, it's kind of funny because I was supposed to do a podcast with this guy in Mexico. And then I also had scheduled this one.
Oh yeah, I heard you guys were in Mexico, right?
Yeah.
Where'd you guys go?
We went to Los Alagondes? No, Agalondes. I always screw it up. Alagondes.
Okay.
Algonodes. It's so hard for me.
Wait, how do you spell it?
Algonodes.
Okay.
I think it's Algonodes.
I would have to see the spelling.
Yeah, it's like Algodones.
Algodones?
Algodones.
Okay.
Yeah, algodones. Yeah. And then I was all fucked up because like Lindsay called it Algondes or something. I was like, I think the N is after the D.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. Again, I have to see the spelling because.
But it's like the dental capital of the world.
Oh, my parents go there.
Yeah.
It's like right at the border.
It's like south of Yuma. Yeah.
Yeah. My parents go there.
So we just came up yesterday from there, and so I had some cavities filled, and then Cinda had a bunch of work done like 2 months ago, and then she had to finish it up.
Yeah. Now I know what you're talking about. I was like, that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
It's just because my parents, their insurance is so crappy, so it's cheaper to get it done there.
Yeah, and like most of the people that go down there, I guess, don't either have insurance at all, or they won't cover like cosmetic stuff. So like, oh yeah, we'll pull your tooth out, but they won't replace it or something.
Oh.
So you're like, what? So I'm just gonna
Dental
be toothless?
is expensive.
Mm-hmm.
Like I remember even a cavity to get it like filled is like what, $250, $300, and I had really good insurance.
They charge like $30 a cavity or something down there. And we priced it out. I'm distracted. We priced it out, and I think we spent for Cinda's work like just under $4,000 down there, and it would have been like 20 to 30 grand up here. She had like root canals and like bone graft and all this stuff. But yeah, so way more affordable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome to the medical system in US.
Where are you from? Like
Romania.
Romania? I don't know if I asked you that last time or not, but.
Yeah, born and raised. I moved here in 2002.
Yeah.
When I was 13.
I was a junior in high school in 2002.
Junior in high school? Okay.
Yeah, I graduated 2003.
Okay. I graduated 2008.
Okay. Yeah. So I'm just a touch older than you.
Yeah.
Do you like Romania better? Or do you like it here better? Or is it like not a comparison?
It's so different. And it's hard to answer that question now because I haven't lived there. So I don't know with the way technology has been, with all the TikToks and Instagram and social media, like all that stuff. I don't know how much it has changed.
Yeah.
But I think in my head, when I think of Romania, is just growing up there.
Yeah.
I think just going out in the streets and playing with my friends and home cooked meals and learning how to wash laundry by hand. Again, it was back then we didn't have a washing machine in Romania. Like it wasn't until I don't know, probably 2000 that my mom finally got a washing machine, and then she would still have to hang the clothes out on the
like the clothesline.
Yeah, because it wasn't very common. We didn't even have a computer, you know.
When did you first get a computer?
When I moved here.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying. We had like probably 4 computers at my school, and you just got to use them during whatever time period you could use them.
Mm-hmm.
But it wasn't a thing in Romania to have computers. So I think I just missed the aspect of, family and celebrations together, and that part of it I loved. I love growing up in Romania because I feel like I just had a different childhood.
Yeah.
But then the opportunities here.
It's way different.
It's so different. They're just, my dad even said, if my sister and I were stupid, he would have never brought us to the US. But we were very good students. So in his head, it's like, if you're going to be good in school,
smart,
you go to college, then you can make something of yourself.
Yeah.
That's not always true, but in his mind, I mean, it happened for me because I was in a full-ride scholarship at ASU, and I obviously, have a pretty good career. I'm doing well for myself, but. What do you do? I'm a product manager in a fintech industry.
Now, does product managers, do they manage products?
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't sure. I'm actually stupider than I look. Actually, I look as stupid as I'm just kidding. Yeah, I like the idea of like going where the opportunity is, and like because I grew up in a small town in Pennsylvania, and we did have a washing machine. So, but we like it still is like nobody makes it out really. You know, a lot of people don't go to college, and it's just a tiny town, steel mill town, and so everybody just kind of works, you know, whatever job, and you work for the mill or you work at, I don't know, you know, there's like an HP or something or a Phillips somewhere around there, but yeah, it's just like very like rural, like Rust Belt.
What city is it in?
It's called Lewistown, but it's central Pennsylvania.
Okay.
So that whole area, just like Indiana and Ohio and Pennsylvania, it's all just like kind of depressed little towns that don't really grow, or you know, they're just stagnant towns. And so I didn't know that there was so much else out there. You know, I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a policeman. And then when I went to Alabama, I went to Alabama for school, and then I moved to San Diego, and I went to Australia for a while. I'm like, the more you go out, you're like, whoa, there's all this other stuff. It's wild.
That is so true. And I think that's the one thing about living in Europe, right? Like a lot of people in Romania, they do end up either going and working in Germany or Spain, or go to school in different countries, and also traveling. Like, they travel so much more than any American probably does.
That is true. Yeah.
Like, because they value vacation, they value time with their family, they value, not to say the Americans don't, but majority don't.
Yeah.
We're so focused on work, money, get the bigger house, get the next $1 million, and Europe is not that way.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get my first $1 million, but yeah, I could.
Yeah, me too. Me too.
It'll get there.
You'll know when I get it. I'm just kidding.
Yeah?
No, I think I'll still be pretty humble.
That'll be our second podcast. You're like, made $1 million, podcast number 2.
Do you remember when we did a podcast and $1 million, however much this house cost?
Yeah, I don't know.
Welcome to my $1 million home.
I was thinking about it too, because when I set it up here, because I was just doping around. I'm like, where am I going to do it? Because inside, I was like, there's not enough light.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, well, let's do it around, you know, dusk. And so the shade is nice. So it's not like it's nice lighting. But I was like, when we're over there, all these planes keep coming by. And then the sound like reverberates and stuff. But I was like, ooh, it'd be nice to just see like all the orange groves.
I like that. I think you chose the right
I hope so.
the plane.
Yeah, they make fun of me now. When I say they, I mean Lindsay and Cinda.
Yeah, she already said that.
Yeah,
how you and Matt are old men talking about planes.
Yeah, I never really lived at a spot that had planes going over. And I'll sit at the pool and I'm just like, what? Why is that one shaped like that? Why is that one like? Where is he going? I thought the landing strip was here, and then they'll go like over here. I'm like, well, why? Because they'll go this way, and then they'll go this way.
Well, there are smaller airports, so you get to see like probably the private planes, and
they can get them.
Yeah, please do. I don't like mosquitoes.
For everybody who doesn't know, this is Bane, but that's his butt.
He has a cute face.
Dude, it was funny when I started the podcast again, because I get distracted. Shit, get this little mosquito guy closer.
I know. I should just lather myself with that.
You could put like one of these like right on your chair, maybe.
What
I don't
is
know.
that?
These are supposed to repel mosquitoes. Yeah, yeah. I didn't even know
like
that we
really
had to worry about it out here.
Smell.
Yeah, and so that's a citronella candle, and then, but I guess it's not hot enough to like for them to be gone, or I don't know.
It's the opposite.
Yeah.
If it's cold, you won't see mosquitoes.
Right.
It's in the summer when you see a lot of them.
Oh,
and
maybe.
he could because he irrigates this area.
Mm-hmm.
Water.
Well, and in the Grove, yeah. So like, cause it's a lot more wet area than, cause so we're sitting in Mesa. I guess it's Mesa, right?
Yep.
But they call it the Grove. So there's like lemon trees and orange trees.
It's a really pretty area.
Yeah. I had never been till I met Matt, but
like I said, I was driving down the street and I was like, oh my God, look at that house. It has one of those RV parking spots.
Oh yeah, with the little
and then he has
overhang
another
or
house
whatever.
in the back.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's my dream, to have like an RV garage where I can store, has a little loft at the top, has a place for all my tools, woodworking, fixing cars. Like that would just be the dream.
Okay, so tell me about, because you're you're like super handy, right?
Yes.
You
I tried to be, I should say.
well, because you said you're redoing your kitchen, but you're doing it yourself, or you design it.
Yeah,
and then...
I tried to design it, but I would probably end up doing it myself, just like ordering the cabinets and kind of putting it together.
Yeah.
My dad was an electrical engineer, so I grew up with my dad doing everything himself, and he taught me so much stuff. So I'm forever grateful, and I just don't like to spend money on things that. Well, I guess I shouldn't say. Yeah, I could do it myself.
Yeah.
Obviously, I think if I had $1 million, I probably wouldn't think twice about spending $700 on a project. But just now, it's just hard to be like, why would I spend $700 on this when I can?
I'm not exactly sure where it cut off, but it was probably around when we were talking about business building, and then like some of your projects that you're doing.
Yes.
Because I think it just had cut off. So, what I was asking was, we were talking about your boyfriend and how I met you. And then, I was curious as like to what you have your fingers in. And we were talking about like being creative and having ideas and then implementation.
I feel like I've always had ideas, and it's so funny because my best friends would always comment on, Iulia, you just, have all these ideas, and you want to do this, and you want to do that, you want to do this, you want to do that, you talk about this, you're so passionate about it, but you do nothing about it. And it's true.
Have you ever heard the phrase, don't talk about it, be about it?
I should have. I got better over the years of like not saying, I want to do this, I want to do that, I want to do this, I want to do that, and just like try to focus on other things. But so last year, with one of my friends, I started a event planning business. She has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. And we just kind of did it because, again, there's this creative side of me that I like, that I just express myself through projects. And we decided to do this event planning business, and we did one event last year in July, and it was just so much fun. But then I realized, sometimes people take some of their passions and their hobbies and they try to turn it into a business, and you're like, I'm not enjoying this.
Yeah.
That's kind of what it became for me. I was like, I'm not enjoying this. And again, she has a full-time job. I have a full-time job. It was very hard to really go out there and commit and like get business and all that stuff. And I just wasn't passionate about it anymore. And I wanted to focus on other things like my real estate license and, other things like my work. So that didn't really pan out, but it was still fun. I learned a lot. Then same time last year in March, I wanted to start a charcuterie cart, like a mobile.
I think Lindsay told me about that.
Yeah, a mobile charcuterie.
Hey, don't you dare eat those batteries. Dude, Bane's trying to eat my batteries. You need to chill out, bud.
Yeah, stay here and ignore.
Hey, get these flies.
Kill all the mosquitoes.
Okay, sit. There you go.
So last year in March, I was like, I want to start this charcuterie cart business. I saw this lady that does it, I think in Texas or something like that, through Facebook or, the reels. And I've always loved feeding people. And I've always loved hosting. And when I do host, I cater my own parties. And I cater to the point of I always make things look pretty. I don't just serve it in plastic Tupperware or just whatever. I put it in nice, all white dishes, all matching.
I feel called out first off.
Food warmers. There's nothing wrong with that.
I don't serve people.
I just love that extra, that extra attention that I put into making that moment special, because I want people to think back to the parties that they've attended my house and just feel some sort of special. And so I started this, I called it Charcutique. It's like charcuterie boutique.
Yeah, that's good.
Thanks, ChatGPT.
Yeah.
And
the robots came up with it?
No, me and the robots. It takes a human to operate a robot.
That's true. For now.
Yeah. And I bought the LLC, I bought the domain, and I did nothing with it. I've had some injuries, other things. Yeah. Life happens. And it was this year, and I think I mentioned to you, like, my boyfriend is like a go-getter. He's just has these ideas, these dreams, these goals, and he just does the research. He just does it. And, he's inspired me a lot to kind of be the same way. And I got to a point where, yes, I know we should not be putting ice in wine, but
I know nothing about
chilled.
wine, so.
And I don't know what happened in like January or something like that I was like, you know what? I need to just do it. Even if nothing happens.
Nike.
You know, my sister used to say, shut up and just fucking do it.
Yeah.
You know, a step further.
That was
it's
actually
true.
that was the original Nike
Really?
slogan, but they thought that it wouldn't play to kids and families, so they got rid of the F word, and then they landed on just do it.
I put that on my cap and gown.
I'm just
on my
kidding.
cap, I put I effing did it.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah.
See that, but so you have done it before, and like certain aspects, it's just other things, you know?
Yeah.
It's like,
yeah. I just don't, I think it's that, you know, imposter syndrome that I think a lot of us have, or they kind of think, why should I do it? Like, why would anybody buy what I have to offer?
yeah.
There's other people that are doing it, and there are other people that are doing it. There's this amazing person in Arizona that I found her through, you know, one of the Facebook groups that she's been a baker and she's done baking from her house, and now she like starts also doing charcuterie, mobile charcuterie carts, and not just charcuterie, but other things, which is what I'm looking to do as well.
Right.
So there's a lot of people out there doing a lot of the things that you're doing, a lot of the things I'm trying to do.
Right.
And sometimes I think that people tend to not go further because of that.
Yeah.
And I don't know what happened in January that was like, who cares? I'm just going to do it. And it took me literally less than a month to build my website, to buy all my licenses, to do all the research, to find out anything that I needed, because you have to have a license for all of this stuff.
Okay.
To, you know, open bank accounts, and I did a launch party. So I did a photo shoot of the Superstitions.
Oh, yeah.
And then within 2 weeks after the launch party, I posted on, you know, I started this business. I booked my first event.
Nice.
It was through a friend, but still, it was like a private party that he did.
What do you say? Word of mouth is the best?
It is.
The best
it is.
promotion?
And I learned so much from that. And I think it's hard when you have a full-time job and you make good money, and it's not that like, you know, push to kind of work to do more and more and more, because you're like, you also start getting a little comfortable, right? It's sad to say, but it's true. It's hard to get out of that mentality. And I just kind of said, who cares? And even seeing this other lady that has another business similar to mine, I was like, yeah, but I'm different. Like, for me, I'm not offering just food. I'm offering an experience.
Yeah.
That's what it is. Food for me is an experience.
Yeah. And you are the experience with the food. Like it comes as a package deal, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So I just did it, and I haven't been as active on it. But I'm doing an event for my niece, and I'm introducing a new experience. It's like more like a dessert bar instead of a charcuterie.
Yeah.
So I'm excited for that. But yeah, I did it, and then, you know, AI is taking over.
The motherfucker.
But if you know how to use
Right.
it, and if you
Also,
don't use it for the wrong way, it's a good thing.
When is AI going to actually make the stuff in your kitchen?
Yeah, exactly.
And then go to the place and bring all the food there and entertain? That, I mean, maybe eventually, but that's a long way out.
Yeah.
You know, like, so
and
physical.
You still need humans.
Right. Yeah. Physical.
Yeah.
And then you can still use it to design boards and, you know, spitball ideas for sure. Yeah, I'm not as actually opposed to robots as I like to present, but I am scared.
I think it's scary because we know that in the wrong hands and for the wrong reasons can do so much damage. And that's really what it is. Because if it's used for the right things, like they're using AI to detect cancer and breast cancer and all that stuff much early on. Like, that's a good thing.
Yeah.
You know, that can save lives. But then you have all those dumb people that use AI to incriminate other people and create fake videos, you know, like, and that's hard to control because there's always going to be evil people in the world.
When I mean, I'm sure that this conversation will be had for like by more than me and for much longer, but I go back and forth. So I'm a musician, and then even doing podcasting, with music, you can make songs from just a word, or just you can make a drum beat and then it gives you the stuff. And I've messed with some of my old songs and put them in, and I was like, whoa, that's pretty good. But it's still basing on some like generic stuff.
Yeah.
And there are some like big time artists out there that are like, fuck AI, like that's not real art, like I refuse to ever use it. And then there's other artists that are embracing it, like, well, this is a tool that helps me come up with ideas, and then like I wouldn't be able to play the drums on this track, so I use AI to make drums while I'm playing guitar. And so I get both worlds, and I like I don't even know where I sit on, like, because it's like the evolution of technology. Like, you know, when I don't know, when the computer came out and electronic music came out, I was like, fuck electronic music. I was like, they're not even up there playing their instruments. And now I'm looking at it, I'm like, dude, DJing and like producing is a whole new world. And I was just shitting on it because I was angry because I hadn't made it, and all these other people are being like, beep, boop, beep, boop, you know.
I think that you still have to know your shit to really make something work. Like, you still have to know what to ask. And even when you ask it, you can't just take exactly what's being given to you.
Yeah.
And there's way to build it. You know, I know what you're saying about Claude.
Right.
I don't know if you use it.
Yeah, I use Claude.
Super powerful.
I
right?
also use I'm trying to switch to Claude, but I've been using ChatGPT. But I
use it for both.
I like Claude a little better from what I can tell. But,
yeah. So I started building apps.
Yeah.
Using Claude.
Does Claude do that? Yeah.
You can.
Was just telling Cindy about this. Okay.
And I have like programming knowledge. I was a math major, so I did a bit of programming. I did my previous role. I did a bunch of custom development. So like I understand.
You were smart.
I understand the coding aspect of it, right?
Do you think it's because you didn't have a washing machine that you just gravitated towards the math?
No, it's my dad was an engineer in Romania.
Okay, yeah.
My mom was a physics and chemistry teacher. And part of my playtime was me sitting in front of a math book and doing practice problems.
Damn.
Yeah, school is very hardcore in Romania. But yeah, I was a math nerd. But I have knowledge of programming, but I don't know how to build an app. I don't know how to build. Can I read HTML? Absolutely, but I don't know how to build all that stuff. And in the role that I work right now, I actually work with a lot of like a software as like a SaaS, like basically like the software that you can access versus the web.
Okay.
So that's our company's you can access our application versus via the web. So we're building a product. So we do a lot of front end, we do a back end, and I'm learning a lot. But I can't sit there and program everything. But Claude can do that stuff for you.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I was having a conversation with a friend that is a software engineer, and it's like, yeah, I can sit here and build all this stuff, and it's cool, but
hey,
it's gonna have limitations because if you don't know what to ask for, you don't know how to build it properly,
so
you don't know how to put the security in place. Like, for you to take it from tiny idea to something bigger, you still need people that know what the fuck they're doing.
My one of my business partners, Justin, he really is super into AI, and he showed me like the app building and website building, and there's different ideas like Cinda has a couple different app ideas, and I was like, I think that we're at the cusp where you don't need to build it, you need somebody to help you maybe give the right prompts, but it's not like hiring some engineer or some programmer 10 years ago and paying a lot of money for them to build out this app, and she's super into like is it UX, it's like the user interface and stuff, and she's like, I can tell when I like think something's clunky or when it works seamlessly. I'm like, oh yeah, it would make sense for that menu to go here and then you follow there, and so she knows like her broad vision, but she's not a programmer. But I don't think you need it anymore. And so it's like using that tool, I agree, like I believe in that kind of stuff where
and I built 3 apps. Well, they're like web-based apps, but there's stuff that I use. I haven't like launched any of them, and it's just like ideas that I've had, but it's just been kind of fun, and it challenges me, and I get to learn. But would I feel like if I would be to go like live with this product, you need a team that knows again what the heck they're doing.
Man, I'm like, I love these conversations because I've been like chasing this for a bit now, and no, just like business, like just trying to make it, trying to figure out something that I like finally clicks for me in my life. And my dad was a big dreamer, and he could never like figure it out. I'm like, dude, I don't want to be my dad where I like can't quite figure out that thing that clicked. That I'm like, oh shit, this is what And so, you know, like I chased music for a while, and then I'm like, I'm doing podcasting, and I wish I would have never quit music. I quit in my, like when I was 30, I was burnt out. And now I'm like so inspired by music again. I'm starting to play, and I'm like, dude, if you wouldn't have quit, you probably would have already been there, but you
Or
quit.
not.
Yeah, but, and then also, or like what is, like, say you made it, like what does that do for you? Like, I mean, are you still not gonna have the same problems? Like, you're still gonna struggle with, are these people gonna like my song? Like, are they?
I think the biggest thing that people need to figure out is what their definition of I made it is, and what does that look like? Because there's so many. I follow this lady on social media, and I'm not religious at all. And she is super religious. Like, she's like, whatever God wants to do, you know, I'm doing this for God.
Yeah.
And I don't, it doesn't bother me, because that's her belief. I'm not, who am I to judge where your beliefs are? And I think it's beautiful. I think it's beautiful when people have this connection to religion that can help them be a better person, can live a different life, can help them go through struggle. I think that's so beautiful.
Yeah.
It doesn't apply to me because I don't have the same belief.
Right.
But it's so interesting because she's like, she just bought a house with her new husband. Well, with her new husband, with her husband, they saved, they trying to be debt free. And she's kept commenting on how, like, I have all these companies reach out to me and you should do a business with me. She has all these followers. And she said, no, I don't need more money. Yeah. I'm doing this because I want to share this. I'm happy. I have the house that I want. I have beautiful kids. I have the perfect relationship. Could she become a millionaire? Well, absolutely. Yeah. But that's not what her I made it definition is. And I think if you figure out what that is and stay true to it, you made it.
Yeah, it's funny too, because I mean, I've talked about this before, but it is like, they say comparison is the thief of all joy, right? But I also think if you compare like lower, you can compare to your older self and you're like, actually, I've improved so much, you know? And so it's actually a good way to be thankful, or compare yourself to somebody who is less than. You're like, wow, like I actually, like I'm doing okay. Like I don't live here. I don't have this struggle. I'm actually doing all right. So like that comparison backwards can like help you realize how good you have it too. And I've, you know, I'll just get in my head. I'll be all like bummed out about like, fuck, dude, things aren't working out. And then people will be like, dude, you don't hardly even work. You have roommates to pay your rent. You get to do your podcast and make music and like go to the bar, whatever. Like, they're just like, you have such a cushy life. And I'm like, yeah, you're not wrong. And I'm like, why am I like, I'm like, I am doing the things I want. So and I know that no matter how much money I ever make, it won't be like, that won't be the thing that makes me happy. It'll be doing the thing that makes me happy. Like these conversations make me happy. Setting this up got me excited. You know, I'm just like, ooh, I'm gonna, like, where am I gonna set it up? And then I set it up here. You know, like doing these kind of things make me happy. And then, you know, making music and like just doing art, like I just like doing artsy fartsy fucking shit all the time.
Yeah, so I think just focus on that. And it's hard, right? Because I think the society has been so great about, a new house and 5 bedrooms and this backyard and do this and do that and have all this money and a new car and all this. And it's just, again, that's what they want, but you're just chasing something that you're gonna achieve it, and then you're gonna want more.
Right.
And it's hard. It's hard because you see all these people all over social media doing all of this fancy stuff. And I'm like, I kind of want their life. Oh, that's so fun. Oh, that's so cool. But you don't really know what's going on in their lives.
There's this idea, I guess, for me is like, I don't want to be a person that always just wants more materialistically.
Yep.
And like, I've never really been a car guy, but love a bigger house. Yeah. Like dope, but like it's not my focus right now.
Yeah.
But I do want to be somebody who wants more, like as far as what I'm trying to work on. So if I'm like building a podcast, I'm like, I want to do more episodes. I want to learn more skill sets. I want to
Why do you want to do more episodes? What do you hope you get
I would
out
love
of those
to
episodes?
do this for a living. Like, I would love to be like, I have 3 podcasts this week. I get to talk to 3 cool people, and I get that pays my bills. Like,
but why? Like, what about this
I just like
excites you?
talking. I'm a curious person. I just like talking, and it goes back to how we were talking about just starting a podcast. You're like, dude, this conversation's cool.
Yeah.
Why don't we do this? And I mean, my sister's been on my podcast 3 or 4 times, but I'm like, she could be on it 20, 50 times because like every time I talk to my sister, we have a really cool. Yeah. So I'm like, dude, can you imagine getting paid for this? And I know that that's possible. Like I know people do it, and
It's possible.
some of the podcasts I listen to, I am fascinated. I'm like I listen to podcasts all the time. I'm like, who's this guy? Like I discover these people. Like one of my favorite podcasts, Theo Vaughn. I don't know if you know him. He's a comedian, but like he just says interesting people, and he's been doing it for ages. But like when I was talking to Matt, he was just like, he's like, if you like talking to people, then like stop putting in all the expectation. He's like, just turn on the camera.
Yeah.
And I was like trying to make it super pro, and he's inspired me to go back to just one camera, 2 microphones, just talk. And I'm like, well, then I got to make a clip, and then I should make it look better, and then I need the lighting, and then I'm pretty good at that kind of stuff anyway.
Yeah.
And I've gotten better. This journey has helped me in my video game.
Yeah.
And then hey, no, do not eat that fucking battery. I'm gonna check on this camera real quick too, just to make sure it's going. That is still going. Hell yeah, sweet. And the same with like playing music for a living. Like I would love to play music I would like to have my bills paid and just get to like make creative shit.
But what about your music? Does it again, same question. What about your music? Does it excite you? Is it just your way of expressing yourself creatively, or is it you're trying to influence people or trying to do something?
I mean, like when cause some artists are like, not just music, but like say painters. I mean, some people want to make something and never show anyone.
Yep.
They like it for the process. I enjoy this process of making music. I like sitting in my garage, like coming up with stuff. I like to create okay, today, all I'm doing is making music because I'm super excited. I've released 2 songs already in my new project. Yeah. I have this other song I'm working on. Like today, all I'm working on is this song, and I'm excited. But there is on the journey to try to get to a place where you can at least pay your bills with something, you then find yourself doing all the other things that people are like, well, you need to do these steps while you make music to then bring in people to listen. And there is something that's detrimental when I do finally release a song and 5 people listen to it. I was like, I put in so much work and nobody's even heard it. I'm like, damn it. So there's an ego kind of death. Maybe
well, it's hard because you're sharing something of yourself with others, and I mean that's what social media is all about, right? How many likes you get, but
social media also is the positive of it has allowed all this opportunity for people
100.
to share whatever product they have or their soul or their influence to people, and people I would have never experienced this person if it wasn't for social media, so there's the pros and cons, I guess.
Oh, absolutely. It's just there's so many people out there on social media that are just very good at making reels and taking professional photography and all this stuff. And then there's those people that are not so good, but they just probably bring so much more value than the other people. But unfortunately, they don't have those that thing, to grab that attention. And it's sad.
And that's a game that is played on social media for sure. There was something I was thinking about with that. When we first started, you were talking about how you're like, man, I say, for example, the charcuterie board stuff. You're like, yeah, but there's all these other people that are doing it. So that's your excuse for not doing it. Or not you, but we do that, right?
Yeah.
And so then it's just but most of the time, the people that are successful, or to me, I'm watching, it's the people that didn't give up. They weren't the best at it. They weren't the best charcuterie board makers, or some of the musicians, they're not the best singer, but it's some band that are yeah, but we're just going to keep playing because we love it. And we're keep playing because we love it. And then we tour because we love it. And then eventually one of our songs hits, and they're not the best singer or the best, they don't write the best songs, but they're still huge. And so, sometimes I judge people like that, and I'll be like, dude, I can make a better song than that. And I'm like, yeah, but you didn't. and you didn't work hard, like you didn't make a band and tour or whatever, you know.
So it's so funny. I was watching. Do you know who Mel Robbins is?
Mm-hmm.
I absolutely love her.
Can I move this?
Oh.
Sometimes it like moves in. There we go.
I absolutely.
She does the 5-second rule.
Yes,
Yeah.
I love Mel Robbins, and I follow her, and I listen to all her stuff. So she wrote this book, Let Them.
Okay.
And she talks about in the book, and it's an example how her friend is like an interior designer, does all this stuff and whatnot, but she's never built her website. She's never done a lot of this stuff. And then there's this person in her neighborhood that got this professional website done. She did all the social media and got so many clients.
Yeah.
And she's upset because she's comparing herself.
Right.
And she's jealous. She's angry. And she's like, but that's good. It's like, why didn't you do it? That's all that lady did.
Right.
She just went and fucking did it without wondering. I think that's what it is. Just do it without wondering if it's going to work out. And that's one of my favorite quotes actually is, what would you attempt to do if you knew you could not fail? Yeah.
And there's a guy I listen to, that's part of the game of entrepreneurship is if it was for sure, you know, if we knew for sure that if I put in 10 years of work, I will make it, then you might be, okay, I'll sign up for 10 years of work. But the wondering of like, yeah, but I could do 10 years of work and still not be successful or like to whatever your degree is. And so it's the guessing game of wondering if your idea will work out and pay off that really fucks with people. And like it fucks with me.
I mean, it's this, right? You have an idea, you know what the end goal is, and then you're like you have to take this journey to your end goal, right?
Yeah.
So it's like all these steps that you're taking, you're like, nobody liked this, nobody did this,
right.
I'm not booking anything, and you're like, oh man, I just, you know, it's not gonna work out. Like I had this vision in my head of where I want to be, and I want to end there. It's like working out. You want to get in this super good shape, muscle, and 20%, 15% body fat, and all this stuff.
Sorry, this goes in. I'm going to clip this a little higher just so it doesn't like fall down. Yeah.
But it's like, you don't realize that you have to go to the gym every day. There's going to be days when you're going to feel bloated and you're going to be tired and you're not going to like the way you look.
See progress for a long time.
You did 75 hard.
Yeah.
I did 75 hard.
Oh, did you? I didn't know that.
I did it 2 years ago and I loved it.
You did tell me that.
And it was so interesting because I was looking at the scale, I was doing the work, I was, I don't know, a month in or whatever, and I was like, man, like, I'm not seeing any progress, like, what the hell, like, I'm not blah, 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 blah. And the beautiful thing about 75 hard is what? You have to take a picture every day.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I looked at my picture from day 1 versus day, let's say 30 or 40.
Yeah.
And I was like, holy fuck.
That's why it's good to take pictures, because you don't see it every day, but then when you look back, you're like, ooh.
But it's like, because I was like, okay, I'm not at this end goal, you just start like giving up in a sense.
Yeah.
And it's the same thing with a business. It's like, my goal for Sure Critique is I would want to have multiple carts and basically book all these events, more, corporate, small weddings, whatever, and just hire people to go run them. But for me, it's more of like the experience and also the quality of food. I provide high quality food.
Yeah.
I don't just get the cheapest cheese because I care about, I love food.
You're paying for high quality ingredients and then high quality entertainment.
And my goal with Sure Critique is to work with local businesses. Like there's a lady that I met that she does cinnamon rolls. And I was like, okay, I can do a coffee cart like by Sure Critique where I can sell her cinnamon rolls.
Yeah.
So then that way I can work with local businesses and sell their products. I can get honey and provide it with my charcuterie card and promote local businesses.
Right.
And then part of the proceeds that I make from making boards or whatever, I'm supporting my sister's scholarship at ASU. And I'm also donating money to my boyfriend's nonprofit, which is Sustainable Living. He's trying to help communities with, vertical gardens and with financial literacy and helping underserved communities. Like, that's my goal. Like, I want to help others. Like, that brings me joy. But I'm sitting here, I haven't had any events. There's this other girl that keeps posting on all the Facebook posts, and she has all of these things that she's offering. And part of me is like, you know what? I have a job. Why should I just keep doing it? And it's reminding myself, so what?
That's one of the things that I'm I've struggled with back and forth is like if you quit your job to go all in on a thing, which I did. I quit bartending. I was like, I'm gonna be like photo video. I wasn't exactly sure, but I was like, I'm fucking going for it. And I had like part of me is happy I did it, and then part of me got so depressed and so stressed, and I don't operate from a place of like when I can't figure out how to make ends meet, then I'm doing, you know, I'm taking like real shit gigs, and I'm like, oh well, can I just squeeze like $100 out of something, and then I'm like really down on myself because I don't have my like needs met. It's like Pavlov's hierarchy of needs. No, it's Pavlov's dog. Matt, I'm gonna have to ask Cindy about this. There is something. It's like the hierarchy of needs, but if like I don't have food and shelter, and my home, like if that's just not paid, then I'm freaking out, and so then I'm desperation mode. And I don't operate well. Other people do operate well under that mode. They like figure it out because they're desperate and they go make it happen. I'm kind of the opposite. I like become like really depressed and like just desperate, and then I'm like angry and I'm like, oh, fuck, you're a failure. And so I actually operate better with a little consistency of income. You know, it's just like my needs are met. I was like, okay, now I feel more creative. Now I can come up with ideas and like really, you know, work on stuff. But other people get too comfortable. And so you kind of have to figure out like what you are. And sometimes I get too comfortable. I'm like, oh shit, I gotta shift, like I gotta switch it up a little. Yeah. But I still haven't found that like balance of those two things, because I'll like right now all I'm doing is photo video, but it's stressful as fuck. And I'm like, ooh, I don't know if I'm gonna pay. Like, well, what if my car breaks down? I don't have the money. And then so I'm probably gonna get a like consistent job when I get back a little bit, just to have that consistency. But then I operate better out of that. Yeah. And then I do my podcast more, and I make more music, because I don't want to do those things when I'm broke, because I'm like, oh no, I need to figure out a way to make money.
Your mind is like somewhere else. So I feel like you can't really just allow yourself to dream, to be creative, and to just have that outlet. But yeah, I mean, that's tough. And I could not imagine myself quitting my job right now to do what I'm doing, because again, I never started Shark Critique as a means of quitting my job. And I'm like, that's actually one of, you know, I shared with you that I wanted to start a podcast, because a lot of the conversation that you have with your friends, or that we have here, people might be in the same boat, and you're like, fuck, I'm going through that, you know? And I think the best way that people can realize that they're not alone, that they're not crazy, that everybody is going through what they're going through,
probably the same shit.
Hearing like conversation like this. And I have a lot of conversation with my friends that you know, I'm about to be 37, and
holy shit, buckle up. Just kidding.
But it's like, I still don't know what I want to do with my life. Yeah. You know?
But you like, because you want to do, or sorry, I'm guessing, but you like to do a lot of shit.
Well, I like to do a lot of shit, but it's more like you know, those people that just find their passion, like, you know.
Yeah, I hate those people.
Well, you are one of those people. You love music and photography.
Yeah. Well, I didn't find photography till about 33.
Yeah, but how long ago was that?
Maybe 34, 6 years.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
But that I felt the same, and like I actually still don't. I don't want to be a photographer. I'm like, that's not like, I don't want to do that. I found podcasting 5 years ago, and I was like, this is the shit. Like, I want to, like, I do. Like, and if I could do this 3 times a week and then get paid for it and hang out with my friends and talk about our,
but that's the hard part, right? It's like, you have all these things that you love, like and it's so crazy, right? Because I went to school for math and finance. I've always been an analytical person. I've loved solving problems. I love doing that kind of stuff. But then I also love, you know, plating stuff pretty. Yeah. And I love doing stuff in my house and remodeling and changing things up and you know, putting parties together and doing, you know, my event planning company was called Petite Perfections. And the reason why I called it that was because the little details that make something feel that much more special. Like, that's just who I've always been, right?
And it's this
oh shit.
Hold
What
on, sorry. I freaked out, but it was just because I didn't turn that.
Yes,
Okay,
I was like,
sorry. Continue.
Oh. And it's like this, balance of like what am I supposed to do in life? Because I have all these skills and I have all these skills, but I'm like, oh, I kind of want to do this, and it's hard to walk away from a good income without being so 100% sure of like, this is what I want to do for the rest of my life.
Well, and that's I mean, don't listen to any advice I ever give, but I'm like, I think that is a good reason to keep a consistent thing, as long as you're working on the things that you want to do on the side, and as long as you're putting in, your intention and your time. And like, because not everybody, you don't have to fucking quit your job just to do something else, but you still have to like put in a little, like, the reps somewhere else too. Have you ever heard of a guy named Naval? His name's Naval Ravikant. He has this, I had discovered him on Rogan one time, and he has this kind of principle. He's like, people, like, it's really hard to be the best basketball player in the world. Like there's already Michael Jordan, so now you have to beat Michael Jordan, and then there's, LeBron James or Kobe Bryant, and there's Steph Curry, and there's these guys that are flirting with the top of the top, and trying to like be the absolute best. For most people, it's so hard to be the best in the world at something. But he's like, it's only one skill set. But if you take that and say you're a basketball player and you're really good, but then you're also a really good teacher, and then you're a really good podcaster, and so you take your these massive amount of skill sets. Now you could be the best at the world, or best in the world at something new that nobody had ever dreamed of. And so when he was talking to Rogan, he's like, you're probably not the best comedian, and you're probably not the best fighter, and you're not the best podcaster, or he probably is now, but he's like, but you were able to learn the podcast and talking to people. You brought all your fighting knowledge, and you brought all your comedy knowledge, and you brought all of this stuff, and it conglomerated into this one thing that now you were up here. But it wasn't just for the one thing. And I love the idea, and he explains it better than I'm doing it right now, but I like that, because I was like, dude, maybe my entire life is accumulating, like, I know music, I know audio, I know video, I know photo, and I know conversations. I was a bartender, like, that's all, see, bartending, podcasting, that's all part of podcasting. And and so then it's like, because I know how to talk to people, because I've been doing it for 15 years as a bartender, and a server and stuff. And so it's a lot easier for me than if somebody just wants to start a podcast and they weren't in like a public, interfacing kind of thing. And so I keep that encouragement when I get down. I'm like, dude, you're just building skill sets. You're like, you're finding your,
you just have to put yourself out there.
Yeah.
I go back to Mel Robbins because I love her, because she's like, she was probably in her early 40s. She was saying that she was bankrupt. Her relationship
she didn't
was
even
not.
Start, like,
and she's like, I started doing this like talk, and then I got invited to do a talk, and I kind of put down myself, like, why would anybody want to listen to me and hear me out? And then she did it, and look at her now.
Yeah,
and
she's huge.
I love hearing that story, because
shout out Mel.
I love hearing that story from her, because it's so like, it goes back to what I just said.
Yeah,
it's like you hear other people's stories, and you realize that it's never too late. You're not alone. Depression is fucking real. Go to fucking therapy. Like, there's nothing wrong with that. It's like, it's okay. It's okay for you to feel the way you feel in that moment, no matter what age you are. We all go through it.
Yeah.
You're not alone. And sometimes it's just nice to hear. And again, I don't want to say that I want to hear other people's struggles so that way you can feel better by yourself. It's more just knowing that, hey, I'm in the same boat as this other person, or I am in the same boat as a person that used to be like 3 years ago, and look at them now. And there was I was in a bus in Amalfi Coast in Italy, and I don't remember how the writing was in Italian. I have a picture of it, but it says the best is yet to come. And it's true, the best is yet to come.
Dude, that's crazy. I used to go to this church in Australia. It's
Yeah.
called Hillsong. I don't know if anybody, I mean, some of the people that I know that listen to this
Might know.
this. You probably wouldn't, but it's this massive mega church
Okay.
in Australia. And I went there to study music and worship leading for a year. But the main pastor, his name's Brian Houston. He's just like, how you doing, church? And he's like, oh, and always remember, the best is yet to come. And he like just his like preacher voice, and
Yeah.
that was his like signature statement. That's funny.
Yeah, I just think, and it's, you shouldn't wait for the best is to come yet, but
it gives you hope to look forward to like more things. Like just keep doing your thing.
Yeah, and no matter what you're going through.
Yeah.
It too shall pass. Like it really does. It's just that.
Dude, for being somebody who's not religious, that also is a religious line.
But you know what? It's so funny because I went to a Jehovah Witness. I had a friend that she was Jehovah Witness, or her boyfriend. I don't remember.
Yeah.
And I went to the church. And again, I wasn't really religious. I grew up Romanian Orthodox, and I just celebrate the holidays because of my parents right now.
Right.
But I went to the Jehovah Witness church, and a lot of the things that they do is they read through the Bible.
Yeah.
And like, I've never read the Bible. And I like that. You know why? Because so much of the stuff that they were reading in the Bible, it was so true. Like the things that how you should live your life, or the things, don't lie, don't steal, all that stuff. It's like, I live my life like that, even though I have not read the Bible. But some of the things is true.
Yeah. It's universal principles a lot of times. Yeah, for sure.
But I think it's just, I don't know, I think you just have to remind yourself that you're just going through a little bump, and, you're just at the bottom of the roller coaster, and somehow you're going to get a big push and you'll be on top of it again.
Yeah.
And then back on the bottom again. And
I was just talking to my friend, man, I have a couple thoughts, but I was talking to my friend Robin. She's become, shout out Robin if you listen to this, but she helped me through some of like, so I knew her when I was a kid, like 19, 20, 21. And then, I mean, I hadn't talked to her in like 10, 15 years, but we kind of stay in touch. And now like we talk so much, and I was like, are you my godmother now? Like she's probably 15 years older than me, 10 years, something like that. Sorry if I got that wrong. But I call her when I'm like in distress, and I'm like, I'm sorry that I'm always putting this on you, but I was just talking to her about like hardship and stuff, and she's like, and I was asking her about her relationship, because her and her husband have been together for like 35 or 40 years.
Good job, girl.
Yeah, and I was just like, dude, that's nuts. And I was like, I'm in my longest relationship. My parents lasted 32 years, but then they split. But she was just like, it's like riding a wave, and it's like life and hardship. It's just like you have to learn how to ride that wave, because if like when you first experience waves, say a surfer, it's just like when it goes low, you're getting thrown up. But like if you learn how to ride the lows, then you can like you prep yourself, and then you get ready for the highs, and then you don't like let that like derail you either, and you just learn how to ride these waves. And I was like, dude, that's such a good analogy.
But nobody teaches us that.
No, yeah.
We don't learn that as kids.
No.
And then we have to go to therapy to learn how to manage our lows, or not go to therapy and find other ways to manage those lows. And it's sad, but it's like a relationship, like your friend, you have to wake up every single day and choose your relationship, choose your business, choose your side hustle, choose your life. Like you just have to wake up and say, I'm doing this no matter what.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like we're like I know you and I are chasing like, businesses and creativity and stuff, and like that's a game in of itself. Like, and sometimes I forget who told me, but it's just like treat it like a game. Like the more you treat, entrepreneurship and stuff, instead of thinking as like pass or fail, or like if I don't make it, I'm terrible. It's like, no, it's a game. We're playing a game. And then if you're like, oh fuck, I've made a wrong move, well then like learn how to play the game better, and like just treat it as fun as a game, and you're trying to figure it out.
But sometimes it's hard to treat it that way when you're paying your bills depends on it.
Yeah.
And I know that's what you were mentioning earlier. That's where the stress comes from, right? Because you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
And that can be difficult. And then, but yeah, I think again, I've always been, I have times when I'm like, do I even want to be an entrepreneur? Like, I look at my partner and he's just so fucking driven and just, so hardworking. And no matter what, he's such amazing at networking. And sometimes I don't have the energy to network. I just want to sit at home, curled up on a couch and not talk to anybody.
Oh, dude,
and I've never been like that before, but
really?
I think, between COVID, working from home, and just exhausted from fucking life.
Yeah.
Like, I've been working since I was 16 years old. Sometimes it just wears you out, but it's
you
nice.
should come up with like a dishwasher design and then bring it to Romania.
We have dishwashers now.
Oh, shit, I thought they still did it.
I moved here 20 years ago, man. No, they probably have more shit than I have here. No, but it's just, I don't know. I think for me, and I think that's what I talked to you about the whole podcasting too, is the reason why I want to do it today. I went and got that detox body wrap thing, right? And I'm just talking to this lady and I'm just like telling her, and I'm like going on Instagram and I watch all these reels and everything that you and I talk is going to be your next things that you're going to see on Instagram. I promise you.
Yeah.
But
all
of these things that pops up with like peptides. I was talking to your sister about it too. Peptides, and you should do this cream under your eyes. Your eyes are going to look better, and you should do this lymphatic drainage, and you should do this, and you should do that, and you should do this. I'm like, and as a woman, it's like 10 times worse because we're so bad about our body image.
Right.
It's so sad. But
I do know that women do have more body image stuff, but guys do have it.
Oh, they
just
do.
not as bad. Like women do deal with it way more.
Yeah.
And there is like the cultural expectation, and then there is. I always used to say it was like women don't do the things they do or like have the insecurities because of men. They have it because of other women. Like women are brutal. They're just like, I can't even believe she's wearing that. Like
it's so true. And I don't know why. It's just so sad. I feel like we're just like in this fucking competition, which shouldn't be that way.
Right.
But I was talking to this lady, she's like this 42 old, she didn't even look 42. And she's like, I don't do any Botox, any things. I do this and I do that. And we're just like talking. I was telling her I'm going to do the podcast and she's like, oh my God, you should start a podcast about buying Groupons and testing it out and see how I'm like, what? That's actually not a bad idea because there's so many fucking Groupons out there, right? And having that conversation, I left there just feeling so energized.
Yeah.
And I think it was because we talked about valuable, raw, real stuff.
Yeah.
And it was just such an awesome conversation. That's when I coming here doing a podcast with you, and I'm sure that I've been wanting to do this for so long.
Yeah.
It's just like, man, I just want to keep having this conversation because I almost want to start like a Instagram channel to say all of these reels that pop up about all these things that you should try because your under eyes are much better and your thing is much better and that thing is much better. But nobody shows that, I've also been working out and eating much better.
Yeah.
Like, is this quick fixes that our society is using nowadays. And it does so much damage to our psychology, because we keep thinking that, I should try this and I should try that and I should try this. It's going to make me feel better. It's going to do this and it's going to do that. And it's just so toxic. It's so fucking toxic and it irritates me. Yeah. Because you don't know who to trust anymore.
Right. Yeah, I heard you and Lindsay talking about that a little bit with like snake oil salesmen and whatever. I would, man, again, don't take my advice except for maybe this, but like, I do think you expressed to me that you wanted to do a podcast, and do you remember the number one advice I told you?
Just do it.
Yeah, it goes back to that. And dude, and I can tell you this from personal experience. When I first had the podcast idea, it took me 2 years to start. And I was like, I have to get all the lights right. I have to do this. I have to do that. And then when I first started, it still was dog shit. Like, I mean, it still is. Like, and I was kind of inspired.
No, it's not.
Okay, but compared to where it will be, it's still dog shit.
But let me just say this. I want to interrupt you because the quality of your video, the setup that you have, is the reason why other people won't start. because they want to have what you have.
Right.
And what you have is so nice now.
But that's what I hesitated.
Is that end goal?
Because I wanted, they're like, oh, I need to make my podcast like that. And one of the hangups I had was like, I was starting it about the same time I started doing video full time. And I was like, dude, people are going to see my podcast and they are not going to hire me to do video. But I was like, this is different because I don't control, like, I don't know how to explain that. But what I regret is, and I don't like to live in all my regrets, but I do have some regrets. And one of the things I was like, my biggest regret is I wish I would have started this sooner. When I had the idea, I wish I would have got one of those cell phone stands, turned my cell phone on with my guests, and started talking. And you can do that. Like, anyone can do that, especially now. Cell phones are fucking really good. Get 'em, Bane. It's so funny how he like really gets after one, but then others usually like, I don't care about that one. And then like, you know, you can slowly over time learn like new tricks of the trade. You know, it's like, oh, you have a resource with me. You know, it's like, so when you start your podcast, you have like, say you start with your cell phone. I'm like, well, now I want my audio to sound better. I'm like, okay, so I'll give you these mics. You can plug them into your cell phone. You can go right onto your audio. You know, like, it's great, like whatever. But I waited 2 to 2.5 years because I needed things to be they call it like preparation is procrastination. It's like you tell yourself you're preparing, and of course you need to prepare for some things, but then you find yourself, oh, I need more preparation. I need more preparation. I was like, nope, that's procrastination. Yep. And then there's another one we were talking to Lindsay about it. It's called mental masturbation. And it's like when you research and learn and research and you tell yourself, well, I'm growing. I'm getting ready. I'm like, dude, it's mental masturbation. You're just like, look at me doing all this stuff.
It's so funny that you say that because I was doing the same exact thing with Shark Critique. Because I was like, I don't know how to, because I build my own card. I don't know how to build my card. I don't know how to do this. What if it doesn't come out right? So again, in January, I made a decision. I'm going to fucking build it. Yeah. And you know, sometimes my opponent would be like, oh, you know, you should think about doing the top with this and this and that. And I'm like, nope, I'm just going to do it. Yeah. Because if I try to think about other ideas to incorporate, you know, maybe long-term goals and make it more, what is the word I'm looking for? I can use the top for different types of scenarios. Right. I'm never going to do it. I have to just do it. Yeah. And I built it. And it's fucking heavy as fuck. Yeah. So I had to do a version 2 of it. Yeah. But I'm so glad I ended up doing that version because that's what got me to do a launch party. That's what got me to do that first business. And you wouldn't know how to do the version 2 if you didn't build version 1. Exactly. And that's when I realized that you just have to really just try it. Yeah. Just try it.
I mean, for me with the podcast too, it's just like, it didn't matter how good the video was. I didn't know how to talk to people as well as I do now. And I don't know how to talk to people now as well as I will in a year. So the only way to get better at all of those things and the video and learning like, oh, the light's going down, I need to change this. Or like, eventually maybe I'll have a producer, but I don't know how to get a producer. Like, you know, but I'm going to learn it over time. Like, and the only way to do that is to do the reps. Like, it's like just back to working out. And I was encouraged because there's this one guy I listen to, and he's one of the biggest podcasters in the world now, Chris Williamson. But he's just like, dude, if you don't even have 150 episodes, like, you haven't practiced enough. And he's like, so when people ask me my advice, he says, get 150 episodes in. And I'm sitting at about 60, and that actually didn't derail me. That encouraged me. I was like, oh, why am I still worried about fucking angles and making sure everything's perfect? And what if I got too drunk, or what if like they were awkward, or what if I was awkward, or what if people didn't listen? Like, dude, just get the reps in. Then you can start really
because if you think about it, when you do a podcast, right, and you can do it on Spotify nowadays. Yeah. You don't fucking see the video. Yeah. You just hear the conversation.
Yeah. A lot of guys that it's recommended, they're like, yeah, just turn on the audio. You know, just get good audio, and you can put it on Spotify too.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's
you don't need video.
And even some of the podcasters that I do follow that are literally just, there is a video. It's just a picture of them, just their face talking. Yeah. And you know what provides more value to me from that podcast is just the conversation. Yeah. Is that it's relatable to me. It matters to me.
Right.
Whether it's about life or whether it's about some art show or whether it's about some of my interests.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, so I mean, like you can start whenever you want, but I encourage you. You should start. And I was thinking about this when we were talking about the kitchen, the remodel, and you're like, oh well, like now I'm in that. Dude, it would be cool to see the process of your remodel in a podcast.
I know.
So you every week, if you had a podcast, they're like, oh shit, she got her cabinet in. Oh shit, she got this. Oh, she pulled it out. Like so, each week you would have like a different guest still in your kitchen, but you're like, oh, don't mind the mess or what. Like that would be fun.
I know.
And I think that. I try to, like, I had learned in the podcast, I had to decide, I was like, am I going to give away everything about my life? You know, like, am I going to let my secrets out? You know, like, and I decided yes. I was like, I'm going to put all my shit on Front Street because I have this tendency to be like, no, I'm fine, I'm doing good, and I'm not doing good. And I'm like, but people resonate with people that are honest. And so I love telling people when I'm not doing good. I'm like, dude, it's okay. Like, this is part of the journey. And I want people to be able to listen to me and resonate with like the fact that my life is also hard and I'm having struggles too. Like, cause that's my frustration with like Instagram or whatever. It's like glamorize and like, you don't know all the struggles that go behind the scenes.
No.
I like to like share these things.
Yeah.
And so I kind of had to determine, I was like, I personally it's nobodies. It's just like, I go through shit. You go through shit. I'm 40. I'm struggling with, am I going to make it? Am I, like all these things. And so I think a lot of people will eventually resonate with that because we all have the same fucking shit. Maybe in a different format, but.
And I always think back to also, I see this, some people that are like photographers and they show, they do those reels where it's like, oh, here's my first photo when I started versus now. And I was like, damn, and it's like, it's just such a good reminder that it's never going to be perfect at the beginning. And to your point, you're just going to get better and better and better and better. The more you do, the more you learn, the more you practice. And you will reach that perfection one day.
Yeah, and perfection is just like, I mean, there's no perfection, but it's just like,
perfection for you. What you consider better, perfection. Yeah.
There was I know I've told the story before, but it was like a class study. I think it was with photography, but the photography professor was like, okay, half of the class, you get the entire semester. I need you to get your best photo. And you submit it, and it's just a pass-fail. Like, so if the photo's great, you pass. If it's, I don't know exactly if this pass-fail, but like as long as you submit the photo, you pass. But it needs to be your best. So I just want one. And then the other half of the class, he's like, I want you to take a photo every day. And at the end of that class, guess who had the better photos?
The one that took a picture every day.
Yeah. And I mean, it's like so obvious. Like that was like, dude, that experiment seems so obvious to me. But it's like the people that are trying to figure out the best photo would just like think about, okay, let's plan, let's do all this stuff. But they never even practiced the camera. They never even practiced the stuff because they were just like, okay, how do I make the absolute best photo ever? And they didn't just do the reps.
Yeah.
And
there's a book I read, and kind of, I think it's called, I don't remember the book name, but it talks about like children and how you raise them and like telling them, oh, you're so good at this and you're such a good basketball player, versus telling them, wow, you worked so hard.
The mindset.
And he was giving an example of how this person was like, I'm a terrible drawer. I'm terrible at drawing. And then this person took a drawing class. And by the end of the class, they were able to draw like an actual really nice picture. And it comes down to like the fact that they were learning how to, they were practicing, and they were putting in the work. Yes, there are people out there that just.
Would you recognize it?
Born.
Is it this book, Mindset?
Yes.
It's by Karen. Yeah, it's
Yes.
so good.
Yes.
I've read that book.
And-
it's so
and
good. I
it's
was like, I
so-
swear that's this
It was
book.
so interesting to me because it's so true, right? Are there people out there that just fucking come out of their mom's vagina and they're like artists and musicians and athletes? Absolutely.
Yeah.
But a lot of times people become great because of the hard work and practice that they put in. It's just what it is.
And that's what I had that problem with Sin, and I've read this book, and she could talk about it too. But it's just like my parents did have a fixed mindset.
That's so funny that you.
I love this book, and it's like it's like when you are told you are smart, then because I was smart, like I didn't have to work for it. Like I was able to like ace tests, but like so I didn't learn the value of getting smarter. Like we work at something. So then when I went to college, I just started failing out.
Yep.
And I didn't know how to study. I didn't know how to plan. I didn't know how to schedule. I didn't know how to do anything.
Because you're like, I'm smart.
Yeah, just because
I'm just gonna pass.
But then I went to the next level, and I wasn't like then I couldn't keep up. But if I learned the value of growth mindset, which she talks about, it's like no, you can grow at anything. You can get better. You can get better, and then you just work at it, and like the effort into it is what like helps you grow.
Yeah, and that stuck with me because I was like, it's so true. Like you can really become the best at anything you want if you want it.
Yeah.
But the problem is sometimes we want something because we see other people doing it, and the question is, do you truly want that? And I struggled with that for a very long time. I wanted to do everything that everybody was doing around me because, you know, I was taught that I always had to be, I don't want to say better, but I had to excel at everything that other people excelled at.
Yeah.
And I had to sit down with myself. I'm like, I don't want to do that. Like, why do I need to I don't need that. That doesn't make me happy.
So we should wrap this up just because it's getting dark.
I know.
Do you have it was fun, thank you. Do you have a Instagram for your charcuterie business?
I do.
So shout it out.
Charcutique Collective, charcutique.collective. But yeah, I still fairly new, but I had one amazing review on Google from the event that I did, and I truly enjoyed it, and I hope that I get to make more special moments for people.
Yeah, well, I hope you keep doing that, and then I hope you start the podcast and like just start super small, and I will help you if you need any like advice. I also
plus I'll be cooking while I talking, so I get to feed people.
Yeah, you want to do that.
Bites of connection.
And that's what I like about the crossover. It's just like when you're doing a podcast, people might discover you from the podcast, but then like, oh, she does charcuterie, and then they book you. You know, it's just like people share the little, you know, I don't know, the podcast clips or, you know, whatever you're doing. And they're like, oh, look at Iulia doing this. And they're like, oh, I didn't even know she had a charcuterie.
And even around that, right? It's like I have a charcuterie and people always gather around food.
Yeah.
And the best conversation a lot of times happen around food or alcohol.
Yeah.
Like
yeah. You're staying for dinner too, right?
Maybe.
Okay. Well, we'll play it by ear.
Yeah, I know.
Dude, thank you so much.
I'm so happy I got to do this with you.
Nobody. All right.
Yes, I'm with somebody, nobody.